Love him or hate him, Haiden Deegan has completely changed the motocross scene. He's exciting, he's polarizing, and he keeps the 250 class a must-watch every weekend. But he also acts like a brat, he flexes his money, and inspires his fans to treat the community like a popularity contest. So, is he good for the sport or is he bad for it? First, I want to talk about how he's good for the sport. So, number one, he brings attention and growth. Similar to guys like Jet Lawrence, Chase Sexton. You know, Jet Lawrence recently went to the Met Gala. Chase Sexton has a huge following. These people are becoming more like celebrities, and they're bringing mainstream exposure. Now, Deegan, he brings a different kind of exposure because, you know, does all this stuff on TikTok, and he flexes his Rolexes and his cars, getting arrested, being the bad boy, kind of like Jason Lawrence back in the day. He's hanging out with Jake Paul. He has this huge social media presence. All that brings so much attention to our sport. People who didn't even know what motocross was, they now get to see, because they see, oh, Haiden Deegan, he's that dude on TikTok. Oh, he's that dude with Jake Paul. What does he do? Oh, he races dirt bikes. Oh, cool. Let me watch a dirt bike race. So he's bringing more eyes to the sport, which in turn brings more money to the sport. And as long as it doesn't get funneled off from the top, which unfortunately happens in a lot of industries, but hopefully that money and the eyes and the attention that's coming to the sport will lead to more events, potentially more tracks, potentially more riding areas. And I think that's a good thing. That makes me excited for the direction that our sport is going. And for that, I'll give Haiden Deegan credit. He also inspires new riders to get into motocross. As you can see, he has a huge following on social media, and assuredly those millions of people that are watching his videos will eventually see it and go, oh, that's cool. He races dirt bikes. I want to try that. And so he's bringing new riders into the sport. And that's great. I think that's good. I think we need more of that. I want to see our sport grow. I don't want to gatekeep it. So that's a good thing. Another thing that I think is good is that he makes racing exciting. I've talked before about how I think the 450 class has been really boring this year. That is not the case at all with the 250 class. You have drama and you have rivalries. You have Deegan, you know, talking trash after winning races and going into the weekend saying how he's going to whoop everyone and all this stuff. And then, you know, got the Deegan Shimoda rivalry. You got the Deegan Kitchen rivalry. Like, what was that? Kitchen just coming out of nowhere, taking him out. It makes things interesting. It makes it interesting. It makes you want to watch and see what's going to happen. Oh, is he going to like flip out and run into someone? Is someone else going to run into him because he has a target on his back? What's going to happen? His cocky personality creates this narrative every week, and it brings fans to either love him or hate him, but it creates this narrative. He's a very polarizing figure, and he creates drama, and it creates a story that you can follow along. So the racing in turn feels less predictable, keeps fans engaged, it makes it exciting, and it does what I just talked about earlier. It brings more money, more events, more tracks, more races, it inspires more people to get into it, inspires more people just to watch it and talk about it, and that's good. I want racing to be exciting. I want to not fast forward through the moto when I'm watching Supercross. I don't want to be on my phone while I'm watching Supercross because it's so freaking boring. I want to be on the edge of my seat. And I think Haiden Deegan does a great job at that. I think in some ways that's necessary for our sport. Where does it go wrong though? Well, number one, I think it promotes toxic culture. He flexes his wealth, which, you know, I don't knock the kid for growing up in a rich family. Like he said in his videos before, he didn't choose that, right? But at the same time, he doesn't get to choose whether he grows up rich, okay? But he does get to choose whether or not he's a dick. He talks trash. He leans into being a bully online. I've seen him in the comments of all these other videos, and yes, people are also talking trash on him because he's a polarizing figure, right? But he's not humble in any way. Not that you have to be completely humble. I just think it seems, and I'm not trying to call him out too bad here, but he's kind of a dick. Like I said, sometimes that's good, but I think it does lean in the direction of promoting a toxic culture around dirt bikes, because a lot of his fans are younger, and because of that, they are more impressionable. They don't think through what sort of consequences their words have, and so they start acting kind of like he does. And those are the same people you see like bullying other riders at the track or making fun of their bikes because they're slow or whatever like that. It creates this like elitist cool kids versus the outsiders vibe, right? I think personally Haiden Deegan causes that. I think his behavior, his actions are part of that problem. Additionally, and this is kind of similar to that, but it extends even further. And I think this is what a lot of the people that, like the young kids that follow him and even him himself, don't realize. They think that it's just harmless and he's just talking trash and it doesn't go further than that, right? But it actually does go further than that. It makes new riders feel scared just for being slow, or riding older bikes, or riding a beat up bike, or not having enough money to buy all the latest gear. It feels gatekeepy. It puts people as outsiders of the community. It doesn't welcome them in. That's exactly the opposite of what I'm trying to do at Soup Moto. I'm trying to build a welcoming space for everyone. Everyone. When I say everyone, I mean everyone. I want literally anyone who wants to ride a dirt bike and is interested in it to be able to do so. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or black or white or gay or straight or rich or poor or fast or slow. That's a big one. You know, you don't have to be fast to enjoy riding dirt bikes. And sometimes I think people like Haiden Deegan make those people, many people, even people that are experienced like me, I've been riding dirt bikes all my life. That behavior makes people even like me feel pushed out of the sport. And if it's making me with like more than 20 years of riding experience feel pushed out of the sport, then I know it's making people who are just getting into it feel unwelcomed. And that's not cool. I don't like that. I hate that. So it's a double-edged sword. It's such a weird thing, because on one hand, yes, he's a great rider. He's fun to watch. He brings excitement. He brings hype. He brings new fans. But on the other hand, he fuels that negativity and bullying in the dirt bike community. And that's really shitty. So I don't know what to think. It's a very nuanced topic, and there have been more people like him in the past. Jason Lawrence is one of them, and I like Jason Lawrence. I think he's entertaining. I follow him on Instagram. It's fun to follow along and see what he's up to. I think deep down they're probably nice people. As you can see, even J-Law getting older now, he's still a fiery guy, but you can tell he's a nice person. He thanks all his sponsors. He's very grateful, and it's just weird. Like I said, we've had these type of people before. I don't know, are they good for the sport or are they bad for the sport? I'm unsure. I think it's a little bit of both, but I would love to hear what you think. I would love to continue this conversation in the comments below. I want to make dirt bike riding approachable, accessible, and welcoming for anyone and everyone, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do here at Soup Moto. So if you want to help make that happen, help Soup Moto keep doing what it does, and you also want to buy dirt bike stuff and parts for your dirt bike, then use my link in the description below for Motorsport. Fill up your cart, whatever you would normally buy, and if you use my link below, I will earn a commission at no extra cost to you, and that'll help me keep making these videos and moving more towards that goal of making the motocross and dirt bike community approachable for everyone. With that being said, if you liked this video and you want to see more, click the video on screen now.